Danny Roach works for WBZ Television. Are you listening to the station and hearing what people are saying about the Red Sox? Everyone's all tied up in knots about the Red Sox because they're doing well. And there is a belief that they are not going to improve this team. The team has said a bunch of different stuff about it. Where do you stand in terms of your level of excitement or aggravation with the team right now?
Well, I think you guys know me well enough over the years that I am in, right? I'm in right now with this team. I think we've seen a lot of good things come together. I'll start with Alex Cora, and the mantra probably coming out of spring training is like, let's, nobody gives us a chance. Nobody respects us. And this is my last year of my contract, blah, 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 blah. And they've come together nicely as a team. And we've seen guys, blossom, starting with Duran, and, Devers continuing to do what he does. Connor Wong has been outstanding. So on and on. You guys all know the drill and all the guys that are pitching. So if I'm the Red Sox, and if I'm a fan, and if I'm Alex Cora, and if I'm the players, we're all in, right? Everybody's in. And now you just have to show me some love at the trade deadline. And it doesn't have to be right now, then. It has to be right now. This team deserves some kind of moves to make them a better baseball team, and to give them, say, thank you for what you've done so far. And with 60-something games left, you guys deserve a chance to have somebody help you out. So go find somebody. But a veteran starting pitcher, a right-handed bat, go find them. And don't take away from this team. Don't rip the heart out like they did with Christian Vasquez. Like, go find somebody. That's how I feel right now. And whether that be a journeyman veteran guy who can just start some games for you and down the stretch and help out with that staff and give you innings, or bring Nate Eovaldi back, do something creative and get guys excited about this team and people excited about this team, and show everybody in New England that you care about your baseball team, right? It's as simple as that to me.
Yeah, and anything short of that is just going to feel hollow, because Craig Breslow, even when he's trying to give credit to the team, he is saying things like, they're forcing us to take them seriously, which I don't know that that's going to ring well with the clubhouse and with Cora and the players. It's like, well, shouldn't you be taking us seriously regardless of where we are in the standings, and doing everything you can to improve this club? And I realize there's some longer term considerations, but this is for this season. And to have him say something like, oh yeah, we got to take him seriously. Well, yes, that should go without saying.
Right. And how many times have we seen guys join a team at the trade deadline in the final year of a contract? It's just, you're going to have to give up something. So we've seen the development of the farm system. We see the future of the farm system with Marcelo Meyer and all the great players, Roman Anthony and on down the line. We see that. We see the draft, which they just had. They got college kids. Fred, I heard you talking about Montgomery yesterday. They come in ready to hit. So he should help the team sooner rather than later once he gets over the ankle injury. We see all that. Everybody sees that. Everybody sees also the ticket prices and what you're paying to go to a game at Fenway Park. And they see that they need help, that they need a push to get up into the Orioles and the Yankee territory. So we've seen Kyle Schwarber, guys like that, come in here and take off and have a good year, then leave. We see it happen all the time in baseball. So just do that. Something as simple as that. The fans deserve that from you. And I get what you're doing. You're trying to be Tampa Bay-like now with your payroll and development and player development and everything like that. But again, this is Boston. Give me a star. Give me good players, and then go from there, because everything else looks like it's trending in the right direction if you're a Red Sox fan.
That's not the only story surrounding the team here at the All-Star break, Dan. Alex Cora, the buzz around him is increasing. I'll ask you very simply, is he back with this team next season? Or if the Yankees fire Aaron Boone, can you see him managing the Yankees next season?
I can see him doing anything like that. I can see him doing whatever he wants. To be honest with you guys, I have had a pretty good relationship with Alex since he was a player here in Boston. And I've had conversations with him this season throughout the year and everything else. None of it has been about his contract. Every time I say, hey, they should give you a 5-year deal and make you the highest paid manager in baseball, nothing. He just kind of laughs and moves on. So he's got his priorities right. He's in a great frame of mind with his family and with his future. He's in good shape. He's been running, as we all know. His daughter's at Boston College. She'll be wrapping up sooner rather than later. So I think he's thinking about all these things and what he wants to do. And I think he needs it to show from the organization that they're committed to winning, period. So, yeah, I mean, if you're sitting there, if you're Alex Cora and you see, Alex Boone is a good friend of his, why wouldn't you just sit there and say, no, I'm good for now, unless they come to him and say, and maybe they have come to him and say, maybe they'll make you the highest paid manager in baseball. Maybe he said, no, thanks. I don't know. I haven't had that conversation with him. So right now, it does not look good if you're a Alex Cora fan. But Alex Cora is going to do everything and anything that he can to win a world championship here in this final year. But beyond that, who knows? I think it's a decision that Alex and his family are truly going to make as we go about into the month of October and November.
Yeah, you could be waiting a long time for Boone to get fired. I mean, people have wanted him to be fired for a very long time. I don't know if that's happening. But to get back to the trade deadline, would you give up a big minor league asset to get a proven major league asset, like the left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet from the White Sox?
Yeah.
Would you? He's under your control. He's 25 years old. He's got almost a 3 flat ERA. Would you bring in an established left-handed pitcher and give up one of your top talents?
Well, again, Fred, I'm not going to sit here and say, this guy. But I think it depends on who it is. I really do. I think if it's Marcelo Meyer, no. I mean, if you're slated to have him as your franchise shortstop, then no. If it's Kyle Teal, a franchise Adley Rutschman, Jason Varitek type catcher, no. So there's a couple of guys, but beyond that, yeah. I mean, I'd do a package of maybe your upper echelon prospects, but I don't know if I would give up straight up one guy like Marcelo Meyer, Kyle Teal, or Roman Anthony, or Miguel Blaze right now.
That's what it's going to
What
take.
are people saying about Meyer?
Then my answer is no, Fred. Then.
Okay.
If John says if it's going to be straight up for one of those guys, no.
Okay, because we've been hearing about Meyer for, ever since they drafted him and what a steal he was in the draft. Do you believe, what are you hearing that he projects to be? Like now, what are you hearing that he projects to be? He's been in the minors for a while now. Some of these kids come right up.
Yep.
What's he projecting as?
I think he's projected to be a top prospect. And again, Fred, that's don't know.
But that's a prospect. What is he going to be, like a perennial all-star?
He should be. Yes, he should be in your lineup every day. But less than 2 years as your starting shortstop and as a potential all-star every single year.
Okay,
that's what you'd expect out of him.
Okay, potential all-star every single year.
Yeah, because we don't know, Fred. We don't know.
Well,
we've seen guys come up. You just don't know who's going to be the next guy, right? We've seen.
Well, you can have a good idea sometimes.
Yes, I think he's got all the tools and all the talent to be that kind of guy.
Okay, because I'll just tell you that I could name off the top of my head for the team I root for about 5 prospects that were supposed to be total studs. That Jordan Walker for one, Dylan Carlson for another, Todd Zeal. A lot of guys.
There's a million of them, right?
But
look at just Yohan Moncada, right? No one wanted to give him up.
Yeah. Yep. And now he's on that White Sox team, where he was. But just so to take one of your quote unquote stud minor leaguers and give them up for a all-star current major leaguer that's young and controllable is not ludicrous business. I mean, you hanging on to like a lot of these prospects, and I know Meyer was the highest pick you've had in a very long time, but not all these guys are going to be great major leaguers. They're just not. And even if they're everyday major leaguers, if you're a fan, that's great. But there's some kid that's going to be taken in the 10th round that's going to come up and show in the majors. It's happening now. I mean, I just know the team I root for. Guys like
I don't disagree with you, Fred.
Their center fielder is some jabroni that was 5th on their depth chart, and now he's going to start, and he might be their future. Like you can't be too precious with your prospects, or that's a loser's game.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But in this situation, I think you come too far to give him up right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. All right, very good. Danny Roach, WBZ Television. He's not on the case.
Oh, Frank, can I plug I have a nice story coming up on Friday on WBZ.
You may.
At 6:00, it's our BZ MVP, and it's a kid, AJ DiBonza, who is projected to be he's the number 1 high school prospect in the country coming up for his senior year. He just won a gold medal, just got back from the FIBA U17 games. He's born and raised in Brockton.
But he hit Stuttering John.
Great kid. And he's going to be awesome, and he's going to be the next, we hear Cooper Flag in 2025. But in 2026, it's going to be AJ DeBonza, a kid out of Brockton who's going to a prep school in Utah this year, and then college for 1 year, and then it's going to be a star. And we had a chance to sit and had a chance to talk to him in his driveway, in his hoop in his backyard with his dad. So pretty good stuff coming up Friday, 6 o'clock.
All right.
Excellent.
So he's a big time. Where does he go to school?
He went to St. Sebastian's in Needham for 2 years, and then he went to and then he went to Pacific Prep in California, and now Utah Prep 1 year, and then he'll be in college.
Not just in college. You guy trains high schools every year.
Well, I
know.
would too.
God.
If everyone I
That's
walked
what you
around,
have to do now, though.
if you talk to someone who went to St. Sebastian's, ugh.
Really?
They call it St. Seb's, and it's like it was your high school, loser. You were there for 4 years. Get out of here with your high school.
Okay.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
I know the former baseball coach there.
Yeah,
Freddie.
they say
Good guy.
St.
course you
Seb's,
do.
and they go like to
Yeah.
St. Seb's kids. You're like, shut up, shut up. You went to high school there for 4 years, 30 years ago. Get out of here with your St. Seb's nonsense.
My friend Paul's a math teacher there. Also, a very
see?
successful author.
At what point
Matt
did
Noon.
At what point did I say the school wasn't good?
You're just tired of the attitude of everybody in the world.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you, Dan. Tired of Fred's attitude. That's what.
Right.
That's what this is. It's pushback on that.
Oh,
Johnny,
well, I can
what drug you
understand.
taking Thursday? Johnny,
It's tomorrow.
What would you like
I
him
wanna
to
hear it.
take? What would you like him to take?
some meth.
All right. You want him all jazzed up.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. You don't want him all down in the dumps.
Ready
You want him all
for the
jazzed up.
second half, Freddie. He'll be up for the Dodger game.
All right, there you go. All right. Friday at 6 o'clock, WBZ television. Find the future of basketball with Danny Roach. Dan, enjoy your time off. We appreciate
All
it.
right, fellas,
sir.
great to talk to you all. Always.
Great
Thanks,
to talk
Dan.
to you, Danny.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. Point slightly up and to the left. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. Point slightly down and to the left. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.